Alright, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode. This one's about installing a bull bar on the 79. So we're going to pull the front bumper off, stick the new bull bar on and run you through everything there. So again, if you're liking what we're doing on the channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe as that really helps us out. But let's get into this one, hey guys. So let's get into this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop a couple of clips along the top of the bull bar and then take 2 bolts out. So all the bolts in this are 10mm socket I think to start with. So I'll give you a bit of a close up of the clips we're going to pop out and the sockets we're going to pull out. So just going to pull these clips out in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to take these 2 front bolts out here. Alright, we'll give that a go and I'll just time lapse most of these things away as I go, and we'll just keep going. We got 4 more 10mm bolts under here that we've got to take off the bottom of the bumper. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 just here. And then we've also got to undo this nut here and lift the bumper off on both sides as well. So you got to get your hand up in here on the right hand side. Just slip all these clips off. There's a few along here, 1 there, 1 up there, and then the 1 over here. So we're going to slip all them off and unplug the 2 lights to slip the bumper off. So we'll give that a go and I'll show you how it's done after I pull the bumper off. Alright, so disregard what I said there, we didn't have to pull the loom off. I'll show you what I've done. I saw the plug here, so I just popped it out of its holster so it locks in just here. Just popped it out, pulled it through so I got enough access. Unclipped the plug, and then the whole loom's still inside here, so I don't have to reach up and in. I'll be able to pull it out and use it as required. Alright, so now moving on, we've got these 2 14mm bolts on the top, 4 on the front here, and we're going to do that on both sides. So I'll pull them off and then we should be able to slip the whole front frame off. So as part of this we also need to unplug, there's a plug up in here, you can just see the top of it there. So you can't really reach up in there and get it until you can slide this bumper forward, and that's for your fog light harness. So oh, I think I managed to get it. No, I haven't got it. Get my hands on it, but I just can't get it. Alright, so to pull off this, we got just a 17mm bolt. The front is captive, and then the back one, there's just you just got to put a spanner or something on it down here on both sides. So I'll do that, and we'll slip that off, and we're almost there. Alright, so the standard bar is almost off, so we've got a little bit more to go. So we've just got to pull off the standard tow hook. So there's 2 bolts there, and then there's 1 bolt. Yeah, 2 bolts, and there's 1 bolt that comes through the back here. And we're going to pull off this plastic shroud protection, so there's 4 12mm bolts along here too. Alright, so we'll go through and do that now. Look at that, Crystal's the perfect height to work under the car. There we go. So the bumper's off, very easy to do. I've run the time lapse over there, but pretty easy to do. couple of bolts, nothing too major, nothing too hard. Here's that plug for the fog light harness loom, so that's where I was squeezing in before to get that undone. Yeah, all right, so now we're gonna go through the instructions and we'll fit up this new bar and see how it looks, eh? All right, so putting the end of the chassis mount rails on. So the mount slips all like that. All these bits point up. Then you get your large long bolt. Washer goes on under the head of the bolt. Slips through the chassis rail. And then we just do the nut up finger tight at this point. So we'll just do that up and then we'll keep going.
The bus is already here.
So the two brackets go together like that. And then we line them up with the chassis mount holes. And it says take care to not cross thread these fine mount holes. I had to stop for dinner, but I'll give you a bit of a run through of what's happened. So I had the chassis mount bracket on this side, everything was all good. And then this bottom hole, if you have a look, I don't know if you can see it in that sort of light there, but here's the anchor nut, and it's sort of tapered down, and I just could not get that screw and bolt through. So what I'm going to do is put it in and then slip the bracket back on and position it down a bit better. I just couldn't get it the angle right, and I didn't want to cross thread it, but it's been pretty easy so far. So flat washer goes under the head of every bolt. So here's this side here. Yep, this is red, unfortunately. The guys missed it when they powder coated it, so I'm not too concerned, you're not going to see it. But yeah, washer under each head. And then yeah, the two fine ones go here, two coarse ones, and then there's a third bolt. So the way that I have worked out what bolts go where is I pretty much measured the length of the bolt and made sure it corresponded to the right area, and then it's pretty easy to tell with a fine and coarse thread. So that there wasn't too hard. I don't have any left out, but I'll highlight or I'll do a circle around the fine and the coarse. I think Krista got some footage of that. Oh, here we go, here, sorry. So yeah, here's a fine. So it's actually, but it's hard to see on the camera, and that's a coarse. But when you hold the thread side by side, you can see the difference between fine and coarse. So, all right guys, so making some progress, got all the mounts on. This is all fixed up and all tightened up now. Like I said, washers go under the head of all the bolts, and the nuts just go straight onto the surface. So everything's all nipped up nice and tight now. So I've just pulled this is the fog light harness loom out of the original bumper. So it's just coiled up here, and then it just comes along, and all these, you don't actually have to pop the black clips. You can just slide the silver piece straight up and out, which was really easy. So I'm going to loom that up now for the new fog lights going on, and we'll start putting the bar on. Let's see how it looks. Can't wait to see how it looks. It's going to look pretty cool, I think, and I'm loving the blue. It's matching in really nicely with all the J-Max colour. So yeah, really happy I got that done, but let's see how it looks when it's all finished. I'm back to trying to finish the install of the bull bar and the fog lights. So these are the off-road animals and the brackets to mount them to the 79. So here it is here. So I've got it all mounted up and it looks really good. So a tip is that the off-road animal sign needs to go to the top. So they are directional fog lights. So if you put them up the other way, the fog lights point up. And you'll blind oncoming traffic or whatever if you've got fog lights running. So, but yeah, so the bracket was a bit of a pain to work out how it went, but once I worked it out, it's pretty self-explanatory. So this is the bracket here, and then the lights mounted into it, obviously. So off-road animal goes to the top of the housing, and But this little tab here just lines up to one of the mounting screw holes, and then you can use, I've only used 2, but there's 3 holes on the bracket that line up, and they all go along the back edge there. So that works really well. Like I said, once you work it out, I'd already mounted them and I was like, this doesn't look right when I put it in the bar. And now I tried again and this looks really good. So that's pretty much what it looks like, and I'll take you over. So this is the left-hand side all fitted up. So the actual fog light bar, or the center of the fog light, it's actually kicked off on an angle from out to in. I don't know if that's right, but I tried to mount it up the other way. That's how come I know the LEDs point up if you do it the other way around, and it didn't fix it. So they're both angled sort of that inwards. So you can see if I mount that one there, it's twisted the same. It's pointing sort of, so that looks pretty flat. Oh no, it's sort of pointing up to the inner or to the middle of the car, same as that one. So we'll see once I mount it up how it looks, but I'd imagine it'll be the same. So yep, really happy with that. I will point out that the factory plug doesn't work with these lights. You got to spin it around 180, so it's not actually plugged in properly. If you plug it in properly, the polarity's wrong for the light. So I tried to de-pin the factory plug and I just couldn't get the pins out. So I'm probably just going to push it in like that, and I'll just tape it up and hold it in place that way. But that's a bit annoying. I'm not sure if they've made a mistake and wired this back to front. I'll contact Off-Road Animal and see what they say. But yeah, so for now I'm just going to plug it in backwards and see how we go. But that's just using the existing harness too. And these 2 wires are for indicator or daytime running light around the outside. So I'll see how I go wiring them up. I'm probably going to tap it into my parkers and obviously the indicator and see how I go. But that'll be another day, I think. I'm running out of time today. I've got to wash the car yet. We just got back from camping and it's filthy. But yeah, so that's what that looks like. I'll show you what it looks like when they're on and give you a little peek. But that's that for now.